Alright, good evening Singapore, and we are back at the last live of the week. It is Friday and it is the weekend, so make sure guys that you are tuning in for the next 60 minutes because guys, for the end of the week we still have our amazing monitors and of course our handy dandy S25 Ultra. So if you missed the following hero products from the past few days, we are bringing them back for highlighting for tonight. But in any case that you are interested with other products that you want to check out with our code, make sure you check this list over here. Just tap the cart, and then you will be directed to this list over here, guys. So if you want to check out all of the other products that we can use the LS-Samsung SG60 code, make sure to check that out. And we just want to remind you guys that you can only check out these items using our official Samsung.com website. And of course, we want to highlight the importance of downloading the Samsung Shop app right now, because again, we're not sure if we have very exclusive deals happening in our Samsung Shop app. Maybe in the future we have promotions that are exclusive for using the app, so make sure you download that right now. So again guys, good evening, this is Paulos and we will be here together for an hour, so make sure that you are adding to cart, trading in, yes or no, adding the code, and then check out immediately, because we don't know when we'll change the promotions for our TVs and monitors. And even though the codes are valid up until the weekend, make sure you are checking out right now, because products get sold out very, very quickly. And we are sure that if you want something that fits your lifestyle, we have them over here. And for tonight, we are closing the week with the most essential, the most functional, and the most helpful monitors and appliances for you. And of course, again, just like what I said, this very awesome flagship phone from Samsung. Love how this works, guys, and we're gonna do a live demonstration of all the things that you can do with the S25 Ultra. But with that, since we mentioned that this live for the end of the week is gonna end with the most essential, functional, and helpful products, we just want to highlight again that you can only use the code in our Samsung.com website and our Samsung Shop app so that you can check out these products. And for the code, guys, we can use still the code LS-Samsung SG60. Again, that's LS-SAMSUNGSG60. Make sure that you are typing it in all caps lock and of course in correct spelling and correct sequence, guys, for the code to work. And when we use this for the following products, we get very, very specific discounts. But in general terms, when we use LS-Samsung SG60, we get a 10% discount capped at 60 Singapore dollars. And for that kind of promotion, we can get it with the 24-inch Essential S3S30 GD Full HD, the 32-inch Smart Monitor M9 M90 SF 4K OLED Samsung Vision AI, the 7-kilogram front-load washer Eco Bubble, and last but not the least, the 27-inch Viewfinity S6 S60UD QHD monitor. And of course, if you want to check out the S25 Ultra for tonight, and we are sure you want it, and if you've been hesitating to check it out, this is your chance, because you can get and save up to 200 Singapore dollars off for our mobile devices. And that includes the Galaxy S25 Ultra. And of course, we still have very special promotions for our phones, the Galaxy Z series. So you can use the code LS-Samsung SG60 for our Galaxy Z series phones. Okay, so for them you can get a 100 Singapore dollars off, and when you stack it up with the code SG Try Galaxy, you are gonna get an additional 150 Singapore dollars off. Again, guys, LS-Samsung SG60 plus SG Tri Galaxy for a total of 250 Singapore dollars off discount for the Galaxy Z Fold, Z Flip 7, and Z Flip 7 FE. You have seen the marvel of these phones, the features of these phones, plus the power that these phones hold. And if you've been seeing a lot of reviews about them online, you know that each of them has their strengths. Multitasking, Galaxy Z Fold 7. Flexibility and versatility, Galaxy Z Flip 7. But if you want to switch to the Flip Life, just trying it out for a much more affordable price and with a cover screen that may not be edge to edge but still is very powerful, then the Galaxy Z Flip 7 FE is for you. Again, for all of these Galaxy Z series phone, you can use the code LS-Samsung SG60 plus SG Tri Galaxy for a total of 250 Singapore dollars off. And of course, for tonight, guys, we can still redeem our climate vouchers. And just a heads up for everyone who still has the climate vouchers for our hero products for tonight, which are the monitors and the laundry. We cannot use the climate voucher, but then if you want to check out any other appliance out here that the voucher is usable for, you can definitely use the Climate 400 voucher code so that you can check them out at a much more affordable price. And you can stack this up with the code LS-Samsung SG60. Again, guys, don't forget to use your climate voucher because we are all about sustainability here in Samsung. And when we are sustainability forward, of course, the longevity of the products plus the way we can get these very, very durable and awesome products is gonna be even more affordable when we avail of your own voucher. So don't forget to use them, guys, on top of our code LS-Samsung SG60. And of course, we still have our trade-ins available for this part of the live. So for the trade-in, guys, you can order on the page or our Samsung Shop app. And then when you're gonna check out, make sure you tap in yes or no during the trade-in portion of the checkout page. When you tap yes, you just need to answer a few questions for you to give us the information about the conditions of your product. And then after that, you can be enjoying the instant discount that you can use on your next phone purchase. So very easy, guys. Just tap in yes or no and then answer the question. And then finally, you can wait for your new phone. And when it arrives, you can definitely have a proper goodbye to your old phone because we will giving you a maximum of 3 days for you to transfer the data from your old phone to your new phone, and then our separate Samsung personnel will pick up your old phone. So you can say goodbye to it and just let it go. Well, guys, if you want your phone or your old phone to be of use until its last breath with you, make sure to trade it in with us because for trading in, you can save up to 1,735 Singapore dollars instantly, depending on what you're upgrading. So if you want to upgrade your smartphones, you can save up to 1,230 Singapore dollars off. And as for the tablets, you can get an up to 1,735 Singapore dollars off. And last but not the least, for our watches, you can save up to 430 Singapore dollars off. And if you're thinking, is this limited to just Samsung phones or Galaxy phones? Well, it is not, because you can trade in any brand and switch and flip and fold to the Galaxy Life. Guys, us here in the studio, we have been so convinced that the Galaxy Z Fold Life, the Galaxy S25 series Life is the best way to live. Take it from someone who switched to the Samsung Galaxy ecosystem. Love how it works. Mr. Dustin is reacting over there, right? You're so convinced with the Fold 7. Even you, Mr. Alex, right? You love the Flip 7. Well, guys, take it as a testament from us. Love how this works. The customizability that our phones have here in Samsung, very, very personalized. And you can get that right now. For all the details about trade-in, make sure to head over to our Samsung.com website and search trade-in for you to know about the terms and conditions of this promotion. So don't miss out. Your old tech will still be very useful up until the last moment you hold it. So go ahead, guys, and get our latest devices here from Samsung. And of course, for us to have the peace of mind when we get something new, of course, we want to take care of them, right? So while you're at it, after you trade in, tap in and say yes to the Samsung Care Plus. Because for the Samsung Care Plus, you get to have a long-lasting peace of mind. So as you can see here, guys, from battery diagnostics to foldable screen replacements, we have it for you with the Samsung Care Plus. And of course, you get to have a certified care by our Samsung experts who know the ins and outs and the turnovers, flip overs, anything about your device. So they know how to keep it in top condition so that your device stay looking front performing like you for longer. And of course, for the following benefits of the Samsung Care Plus, you get to have 50% savings on out-of-warranty repairs. And of course, pickup and delivery service and all of those. So we have a comment over here, promo, so. Okay, so all right, let's go back to the promotions that we have. So the promotions, we have the code LS-Samsung SG60 that you can use to check out the following products. So for the following products, you can check out the 24-inch Essential S3S 30GD Full HD, the 32-inch Smart Monitor M9 4K OLED Samsung Vision AI, the 7-kilogram front-load washer Eco Bubble, and the 27-inch Viewfinity S6 S60 UDQ HD monitor, and of course, the Galaxy S25 Ultra. But just in case, again, you are interested with checking out the Galaxy Z series, you can use the code LS-Samsung SG60 to get the 100 Singapore dollars off and the code SG Try Galaxy for an additional 150 Singapore dollars off. And with that said, we hope that we answered your question. And if you want to check out the devices, you can tap here. The full list is over here so that you get to be directed to the full list of our products that we can use the code LS-Samsung SG60. And with that, we're going to jump into our first hero product, the 24-inch Essential S3S 30GD Full HD. So for the price of this Essential monitor, from 118 Singapore dollars, it's down to 106 Singapore dollars and 20 cents. Just use the code LS-Samsung SG60. Now, you want to know why you should check it out? Well, we have a very special announcement for you guys because you get to have a new Care Plus for the TV. So you can protect your monitors with extra coverage starting from just 91 cents a month. And of course, you can get this with a 0% interest plans for up to 36 months. So guys, peace of mind with an essential product. Go ahead and check it out with the code LS-Samsung SG60. And of course, we have a 3-year limited warranty for our monitors, which covers parts and labor for manufacturing defects. But if any accidental damage or if you misuse your monitors, we are limited to only the parts and labor for manufacturing. All right? So if you want a very essential monitor, or if you want to give someone a very, very helpful monitor for their work, then this is the one for you and for them. Again, this might be just a monitor, but this is something that could help you out if you want a new and better setup on your office. Imagine having a work from home setup and you need to access a lot of documents, a lot of Excel sheets. Well, this is going to be your friend. For this, guys, not only does it serve as a second monitor for you to access more screen real estate, but still with this monitor, you get to have a vibrant and true-to-life color. So the IPS panel technology ensures brilliant hues and sharp contrast from any angle. So if you are someone who is working on the back end of the office and you want to view some stuff. Like for example, you want to just entertain yourself sometimes while you are working. Well, this is going to be able to do that for you. Again, for our let's just say Gen X's. Gen X's. Millennials who are on the managerial level, who spend a lot of time in Excel sheets and Google Docs, on Zoom meetings, on Knox security, on Knox video calls. All of those platform guys, plus all of those office suites, they can definitely be used with this, and this monitor can definitely step up their professional careers. Like for example, Mr. Alex over here, you want to give Mr. Dustin just an extra monitor for him to be able to view things much more widely. You want to buy one for your father as well, right? This can be gifted to those professionals out there who just need an extra monitor for them to have an extra viewing angle, right? So if you have someone in your office, or if you have someone in your mind from your office, or maybe your fathers or mothers or even grandmothers, get this for them. And I'm thinking though for my mother as well, she is an avid office person, but she also loves to game like the PopCap games, for example, Zuma, the one where you shoot balls, right? And also, what was that again? Diner Dash? Diner Dash plus the like Bookworm Deluxe, or what's that again? What's that other game? Plant vs. Zombies. Usually for older people out there, no offense, you just want to have that kind of viewing experience for your games, right? And you just want to kind of separate that for a different monitor. Well, this can definitely help you out, because we have a fluid and tear-free motion for this as well, because this has a 100 Hz refresh rate. So every action is incredibly smooth. So you can say goodbye to the lags, screen tearing, whether you're scrolling through documents, watching videos, or engaging in fast-paced games. Fast-paced games, like for example, Ricochet. Plants vs. Zombies and Dino Dash are kind of like fast-paced games. Like you have to click from a lot. Yeah, you need to move fast, right? Click, serve customers, and then serve this and that, get dishes. Well, this is going to be able to help you make better, like have a better experience with those games. So guys, again, make your moms, make your dads, make your managers happy with this monitor. You can definitely help them with their work plus with their leisure time. And of course, you get your competitive advantage unlocked because this has an active game mode as well. See guys? Not just an office monitor, but also something that they can use for gaming. And we have an all-day comfort for this, usually for all those people out there, especially like not like, well, Mr. Dustin over here who wears glasses. We get to have eye saver mode for this, so they don't get to damage their eyes, right? So with that guys, you can definitely be assured that this monitor saves these people from getting further eye damage. It intelligently reduces blue light, while flicker-free technology minimizes screen fatigue. I am one of those people who actually has that problem when I stare too long on the screen, because those screens that don't have the flicker-free technology, it's kind of tiring. As someone who edits videos, we definitely need this kind of essential monitor for us to survive our daily lives. And of course, the elevated design, the super slim design features ultra thin bezels and a sleek profile. So it creates a modern minimalistic aesthetic that fits seamlessly into your home, office, or office setup. So with that said guys, again, such a very essential and functional monitor that allows you to be a little more flexible with your professional life. And of course, if you have multiple connectivities, and you have a PC over here, you have a laptop over here, you can definitely connect them with ease with multiple connectivity options. So you can hook up your laptop, your desktop, or your game console without any hassle, because this has HDMI and even D-sub ports that provide the flexibility for those devices. And again, the full HD 1920 and 1080 resolution is definitely enough to ensure that your work, streaming, and browsing are rendered with perfect clarity. And for this guys, again, the price of this monitor from 118,020 cents, you can definitely get this at 106 Singapore dollars and 20 cents as long as we are using the code LS-Samsung SG 60. So this again is perfect to be gifted to our managers, to our parents, to our grandfathers, or even you as someone who just needs another setup for their professional life. But what if you have a multifaceted kind of professional gamer and also couch potato life? Then we have the 32-inch Smart Monitor M9 M90 SF 4K OLED Samsung Vision AI. So guys, this is very perfect if you have that kind of triple lifestyle, right? Love how this M9 works. So we feature the M7, M8, and M9, and I believe they are still available in the list. But for tonight, we have the 32-inch Smart Monitor M9 at 2,069 Singapore dollars and 10 cents from 2,178 Singapore dollars. Just use the code LS-Samsung SG60. And for us to get convinced why we should get this monitor, let's watch this special video. All right, guys, you saw our caption on Facebook. It says, desk feeling meh? Well, let's fix that. So for the 32-inch Smart Monitor M9 M90 SF 4K OLED Samsung Vision AI, which comes in silver, so from 2,178 Singapore dollars, it's down to 2,069 Singapore dollars and 10 cents. Just use the code LS-Samsung SG60. So again, we have the exclusive offer for this TV, which is the new Care Plus for our TVs and monitors from as low as 91 cents per month with 0% interest on 36 months payment plan. So you can upgrade at an affordable price right now. And of course, we have the 3-year local warranty for us here in Singapore. So it covers parts and labor and transport for any manufacturing defects. And of course, guys, the common concern for OLEDs is that usually they have burn-ins, right? Well, while we're sure that burn-ins are not common for our products, we also included the burn-in coverage under some Samsung's OLED Safeguard Plus technology. So guys, if you want to have that peace of mind over burn-ins, we are sure that the Samsung's OLED Safeguard Plus is included for this monitor. And you can optionally extend protection with Samsung Care Plus, but here, Care Plus for extended years is usually targeted at our TVs and appliances. So make sure, guys, that you include Samsung Care Plus as well when you are checking out for the plus peace of mind. So you've seen all the features that this TV has. And while I was seeing it, because usually when we're featuring, of course, even me as a host, I would get convinced of getting any product. Like for example, I love the TVs that have the karaoke capabilities. Yes, I love those TVs, the QN1EFs. But then, of course, when it comes down to the lifestyle, I believe the 32-inch smart monitor is going to be perfect for people who are in the creative, marketing, professional F&B industries. Anyone who has that kind of lifestyle that games, that works, and that wants entertainment, this is perfect for every single one of us. Imagine, guys, all of the Samsung Vision AI capabilities that you can get from the TV, it's in this. All of the gaming capabilities that our TVs has, it's in this. But for this monitor, it is very special because it comes at a very compact size. Plus, it is definitely something that you can use for work and game. So all of those are packed into one single appliance, in one single screen, and it will be able to attend to all of your creative, professional, and of course, entertainment needs. And by it attending to all of those stuff, you can definitely be assured that you have the following features that are gonna help power you up whatever mode you are in. For example, the 4K QD OLED is gonna give you a visual feast. The 32-inch 4K QD OLED panel delivers stunning true-to-life color. And with the true-to-life color, what we mean is that the Pantone validated colors are very, very accurate. So when you're gaming, you will see the colors intended by the developers for you to see those colors. When you are watching, you will be able to see the colors the film directors and the film color graders intended for you to see, how they color graded the films. And if you want to make your outputs as accurately as possible with the colors, then you can definitely do that as well. Pantone validation is present in this so that you are sure that whatever mode you are in, whether you are a creator or a consumer, you get to have that kind of feature and assurance that the colors are accurate. And if you are a creator or just a consumer, you get to have the glare-free screen so you can work or play in any lighting. This new anti-glare film reduces reflections by up to 54%, so you can focus on the screen. I believe so because, like for example, Mr. Dustin over here and Mr. Alex, usually they team up when doing the graphics for our live. And usually, they sometimes do it outside the studio or sometimes inside the studio where lights are present. With the glare-free screen, they can definitely work on the graphics without getting confused or getting blinded by the reflections. Because for example, for us who have that work from home setup or even in offices, the windows are behind us or in front of us, or even the lighting, the fluorescent lights are up above us. They reflect light and they glare. That's why we sometimes feel dizzy or nauseated. But with the glare-free screen, that gets reduced. So guys, again, very helpful if whether you're a creator or just a consumer. And with the intelligent optimization for this, Samsung Vision AI automatically adapts picture and sound to your environment. It uses advanced processors to upscale content to near 4K quality. Imagine, guys, very quick speed with a processor that is also very, very efficient. It processes those content real time. So you get to watch them at a more high definition. So everything looks incredible. And just want to highlight about the importance of the OLED Safeguard Plus again. No worries about the burn-ins because this monitor assures that that doesn't happen. But then again, since we have a 3-year warranty for this and this Safeguard Plus, if any accidental thing happens or if any defects happen with your monitor, we got you covered. And of course, since we said that this can be transformed from gaming to working to entertainment, when you are gaming, you have the hyper responsive feature for this, where you get to have the 165 hertz of refresh rate and a very low response time. So when you click your controllers or when you are using keyboards, it responds very quickly. So you are on top of your game and every frame is perfectly synced for a tier-free competitive edge. Like for example, I love, who's your favorite Tekken character? I like Eddie the most. Xiao Yu. Yeah. So when you are using Xiao Yu, you can just be assured that when you click something, when you smash that, yeah, when you smash XO button, you get to see that they move very, very quickly and it feels like it's real time. Personally, I love Eddie. I love when he's doing the capoeira. Before I had a problem using the capoeira because the controller lags, right? But when we use this, no more lagging. When I was also using it with the Samsung Dex, remember last time when we used Samsung Dex? Yeah. It responds real time. When I'm doing the Samsung Dex with the cursor, it responds real time like a regular laptop or computer. So guys, hyper responsive is the keyword. And this is gonna be your all-in-one hub. Again, everything is built in this. You get to have Samsung Food, you get to have Tizen OS, you get to have Techno Gym as well. So if you want to work out in your room, then you can definitely do that. I was thinking how to use Samsung Food with this because I was torn between the TV and this monitor, right? But then I was thinking, since I live in a small apartment, I don't need that too big of a TV. I just need a monitor. And when I cook, I can just place my instant cooker on the table, watch Samsung Food, do the steps, and I'm done. And then I can eat dinner. So that way, I know that this one is the perfect one that fits my lifestyle. But then, of course, that is depending on you guys. Maybe you also have that kind of lifestyle, right? So this is going to be perfect for us. But if you want to check out our TVs, of course, they are available over here. You can use the code LS-SamsungSG60. And of course, we have an effortless connectivity for this as well. So you can have all of the HDMI, USB-C port, all of those connectivities with this monitor. And of course, you've seen it, guys, sleek and modern design that helps you make your space feel elevated. Adaptive Sound Plus, Bixby voice assistant integration, AI energy saving mode, AI powered content recommendations, and of course, all of them packed with Samsung Vision AI. Love this 32-inch smart monitor M9 M90 SF. And for the price, you've been seeing it up here since we started talking about this. So from 2,178 Singapore dollars, it's down to 2,069 Singapore dollars and 10 cents. Don't forget to use the code LS-SamsungSG60 for you to get this at this very special price. And since it's the weekend already, we just want to get reminded, and thank you so much Samsung for reminding us that it's the weekend already and we need to do the laundry. Well, we have to face it, laundry days are usually on Saturdays. And the perfect thing is we have the 7-kilogram laundry front load washer Eco Bubble technology for tonight as well. And for the price of this 7-kilogram laundry front load washer Eco Bubble, from 499 Singapore dollars, it's down to 474 Singapore dollars and 5 cents, as long as we are using the code LS-SamsungSG60. Just want to reiterate, guys, that, and also just want to give you a heads up that the Climate 400 voucher is definitely not usable with this washer, but for other washers out there or other appliances, make sure to check this out, the list that we have on our live shop. And with that said, guys, for us to know better about this washer, let's check out the video. All right, what a very quick feature, but very, very helpful. Of course, guys, the name implies 7 kilogram laundry front load washer, eco bubble. All of the features are basically in there already. Love how eco bubble works, and the capacity of this is just enough. And of course, for this, guys, 499 Singapore dollars. Originally, it's down to, for tonight, 474 Singapore dollars and 5 cents, as long as we are using the code LS-Samsung SG60. And as for the features of this, of course, we just want to highlight about the Eco Bubble. Again, guys, Eco Bubble allows you to have that kind of technology that makes your clothes be that makes your clothes quality be maintained. Because for those washers out there that don't have the Eco Bubble technology, they sort of destroy your clothes. And on top of that, when your detergents are not properly dissolved, your machine gets wrecked as well. And speaking of getting wrecked, well, that's not going to be a problem for this washer, because we have an 11-year warranty for the parts of this washer. So for this, guys, we just want to highlight only for the parts for the 11-year warranty. So guys, for this, we just want to highlight that 11-year warranty is different from the 20-year warranty on our inverter motor. So if you want those ones with the 20-year warranty, make sure to check out all of our products. But for this 11-year warranty for such a very affordable washer that is sure to be your partners in your homes, that kind of load is very, very enough for people who just live in a normal, like for example, flat, or maybe in a 37 or 25 square meter condominium that needs space saving. This is going to be our best friends. Highlight on our, guys, because again, we are enticed to check this out right now. So we have the digital inverter technology for this, where you can enjoy greater energy efficiency, less noise, and longer lasting performance with strong magnets for a quieter, more powerful wash. So imagine having to live on those type of studio units that are beside each other. That's not going to be a problem when you wash your clothes at night, because the digital inverter technology allows you to have less noise when you are washing your clothes at night. And I am guilty to say, raise your hand, Mr. Dustin or Mr. Alex or Mr. Yeah, you guys. For you guys. He's very busy, so I cannot call him out. But guys, for this, if you raise your hand, if you are a victim of the couch, wherein your clothes, guys, you just put them on the chairs or the couch when they are either clean or not clean. Somewhere in the middle, right? After, for example, this is usually used one time and then we just throw it out, right? And then we can use it for another time until it doesn't get washed. That happens for sweaters, for pants. That lasts for a week on the chair, as they call it, because we are too lazy to put it in the cabinet and wash it. So they get stuck on the chair. But with the quick wash technology, you can clean those already very, very quickly, because for those clothes on the chair, those lightly soiled clothes get to have the 18-minute wash that this laundry front load washer offers. So no more stacking up of clothes. Usually they become like mountains, right? Yeah. I am very guilty of that. If you go to my apartment right now, I have that pile of clothes that are either not that clean or just clean enough for me to reuse them. Gosh, very, very personal, but very, very guilty of that. And I'm pretty sure that the 7-kilogram laundry front load washer, which is this appliance, gets to solve that for us. So no more getting lazy washing the clothes. And of course, we have the drum clean for this as well, so we can keep our washing machines hygienically clean and fresh without the need for harsh chemicals. Because usually for those harsh chemicals that are used to clean the washing machines, they destroy the inner parts of the washing machine. So for the drum clean technology, it cleans itself efficiently. And of course, one of the very best features about this is that it has the preset wash cycle to finish up to 24 hours later. So you can just preload your stuff. No more stacking up on the chair, so that they don't get musty. The problem with stacking up those clothes on the chair is that they capture enough dust debris and then they destroy the quality. Guys, let's solve that with the 7 kilogram laundry front load washer. And of course, very convenient usage for this. The wide LED display has 14 programs to offer, so you have more control and a clear, easy to read way to check the washing status. Very, very efficient. I'm imagining this already in my apartment. Like if I need it, I can just station it in my washroom. Wow. No more the chair. Usually we put that on the revolving chair, right? Yes. We put that on the revolving chair or on the clothes rack where they're either clean or not clean. Well, we check this out right now. We get to solve that sooner. And for this, guys, again, from 499 Singapore dollars, it's currently down to 474 Singapore dollars and 5 cents, as long as we are using the code LS-Samsung SG60. Again, reminder, guys, the Climate 400 voucher code is not usable for this appliance, but for our other appliances, they can be used here. Okay, so make sure, guys, that you check them out. The Climate 400 voucher is very applicable for some selected products, so make sure you try to enter it when you are checking out. But of course, the LS-Samsung SG60 plus the SG Tri Galaxy code can be stacked up with our Galaxy Z series phones. All right. And yesterday, we had the 57-inch Viewfinity monitor. But for tonight, if you want to have a Viewfinity monitor, but on a much more compact and small size, because you already have a powerful monitor, then this can get your power up to a next level. Like, for imagine having squared your power because you have an exact sized Viewfinity monitor on your setup. This monitor is currently at 385 Singapore dollars and 20 cents, down from 428 Singapore dollars. Just use the code LS-Samsung SG60. So for this, let's get to know about it better with this video.
The centerpiece in your office is where dreams take flight. This is what needs to be there. Seize the day in your work and play. Night and day the colors play. All is viewable with Viewfinity. With my Viewfinity. View. With my Viewfinity. With my Viewfinity. Stand on the fair, let confidence appear. All study no leer, let self-belief endure.
Love how this works. Guys, for example, you saw our 57-inch monitor, and sometimes a lot of people just need a powerful monitor without having that kind of screen real estate. That's where the 27-inch Viewfinity S6 monitor comes in. And as for the price of 428 Singapore dollars originally, we can bring it down to 385 Singapore dollars and 20 cents when we use the code LS-Samsung SG60. You've seen the video. Very, very powerful monitor with a very, very exact size. Think of it as something that steps up everything that you do in your gaming and your also professional life by just having a second setup. Love how this works. So for people out there who are looking to have a second monitor, well, this is going to be your answer. So if if all of those curved screens overwhelm you, but you still want the power of the Viewfinity, 27-inch is for us. So you get to have the TUV certified eye care for this, plus adaptive picture, gentle on the eyes because it reduces blue light flicker and auto adjusts brightness and color temperature to suit your space. So bring it in your room, bring it in your living room, or maybe bring it in your workspace or your kitchen. This adjusts to those spaces. Sleek, compact design as you have seen, slim bezels, tidy profile, and modern minimalist for this monitor. This is great for elevating any setup regardless of your space. And for the resolution, 2560 and 1440 plus 100 hertz of refresh rate. Very enough and very, very powerful kind of resolution for you to have the assurance that you are viewing everything with a silky motion and very, very crisp visual. So it's perfect for editing, multitasking, or even just plain video watching. And we have rich, lifelike imagery, vivid brightness, and deep contrast for this because it has HDR10 plus 1.07 billions of colors. So it has that kind of color accuracy that makes every single image pop, or every single frame on your editing slate pop. So perfect for photo manipulation, color grading combo. Love. And of course, we have the USB-C with 90 watts plus LAN plus daisy chain connectivity for this, so you can have that kind of accessibility and connectivity to charge your laptop, transmit data, and access Ethernet, and link multiple monitors for a clean, connected workspace. And you've seen, guys, you can swivel, tilt, pan, all of those stuff in this monitor because it has the easy setup stand plus ergonomic adjustments. So if you're ready for a monitor that's smart and also sharp, the Viewfinity S6 is for us. So another option for us students out there, professionals who just want to have a second setup but still experience the power of Viewfinity, the 27-inch Viewfinity S6 is currently down to 385 Singapore dollars and 20 cents as long as we are using the code LS-Samsung SG60. So go ahead and check it out right now, guys. And of course, since we have all of those powerful monitors and appliances already, it's time to shine the spotlight to our flagship phone. Love this, guys. We'll never get tired of saying how amazing the experience has been with this phone. So if you want to check this out, and we know you do, don't hesitate right now, guys. With all the rewards and benefits and also flexible installment plans that we have for you, check out the Galaxy S25 Ultra. The power that this phone holds is over the Galaxy, beyond the Galaxy. I am a very avid fan of the S25 Ultra since it got released. Love how this works. Love the Galaxy ecosystem. Love everything about the Ultra. And with that said, guys, for the Galaxy S25 Ultra, the price is currently at 1,498 Singapore dollars, but we can bring it back. We can bring it down to 1,438 Singapore dollars with the code LS-Samsung SG60. This is for the 256GB model. Make sure to check that out. And for us to have a better view of this phone, we know you already know a lot about this, but for those people who are still hesitating, let's just highlight the S25 Ultra with this video. Well, need I say more about the Ultra? I just want to highlight the fact that I am one Samsung boy. Love how this works, and with all the powerful features that it has, I would definitely say that it's gonna be your best friend. Last night I was talking to Gemini AI a lot. The live, the live, the Gemini AI live, guys, is very, very useful if you just want to have a conversation. Because for people out there who live alone, sometimes we forget to speak, and sometimes we even forget that we can speak and we can talk, right? Living alone, for example, it's been 2 days, but you don't have someone to talk to. You forget that you can talk and make those silly sounds. But then last night, I was talking to Gemini AI and it was smooth. So not just that, guys. This is the perfect phone because first of all, it has the most powerful processor ever in a Galaxy phone. And let me show you guys how and why is it so powerful. So I was in a meeting, I think around 2 days ago, and I needed to take notes, talk to my boss, and have another app open because I have to multitask. With the Snapdragon 8 Elite, I realized that I can do a lot of multitasking for this. Like for example, I want to open Instagram. And then I need to open another app because I need to schedule something in my Meta business. So I can do that, right? But what if I need to open another app? Like for example, I need to open the gallery. I can just open that, swipe up, and then put it in pop-up view. And then I can just, of course, let it slide like that. And then open the previous apps that I have. Like for example, do that, right? Very, very efficient. So for this, guys, you get to have that kind of multitasking capacity for the phone. But what if you want to open more? Like for example, you want to open Spotify. While you have that, of course, you can also do that. So you can open several apps at once already with just the multi-view window. And of course, with this, guys, you get to experience it much better, like how I use the S Pen over here. So you get to have that multitasking experience all in one screen. You can actually open up to 4 or 5 apps in total when you are doing multitasking. So you can open notes, you can open Zoom meetings, you can open gallery, you can even open photo plus gallery. It can be done. Look at this, guys. So for example, you want to have references on your photo side. Like for example, you want to have this photo as a reference, right? You can definitely use the camera while viewing that photo. So you get to capture the perfect shot that you want. And of course, guys, for this phone, not is it only powerful for doing all of those multitasking, it is also very powerful with the Pro grade cameras. With the Pro grade cameras, you get to have the 200 megapixel camera, of course, and the 50 megapixel option as well, and the 12 megapixel option. So all of those can be zoomed in with the best quality. We have the optical zoom and digital zoom for this that are sure to give you the best quality images. And if you want a sample of the best quality images, let me show you guys how this captures things in low light and in daylight. So we prepared a very special album for you here. See, guys, how that captures the details. Love how that works. And of course, guys, for the video, you can definitely enjoy the Galaxy AI features, automatic slow-mo by just holding the screen. And you get to save that later on. So just tap save and you're done. And as for the other capacities for this, I was walking around here and I wanted to take this very, very nice low shutter speed photo. So you can see here that it does what a professional camera does. Slow shutter speed in low light, it definitely does that. And of course, skyscraper shots as well. The S25 Ultra does nightography so well that it actually replaced my favorite camera. I just bring this anywhere with me and I'm good to go. But what if I am one of those people who wants to create content that are clear enough for people to see, for example, on TikTok? Well, worry not, because again, the quality it has is amazing. Look at that. And of course, for people who love taking cinematic videos, for cinematic content creators out there, look at this quality. This is just with the phone's stabilizer and of course log profile. You can get all of those from the Ultra for a very special price of 1,438 Singapore dollars. And the best part for me about this Ultra is that usually for people like us in the creative industry, we love doing a good stretch in the morning, and then what do? We reach for our phones, right? What do you usually do the first thing you wake up, Mr. Dustin? Yeah. Don't lie, don't lie. Grab your phone, right? And what we do after we grab our phones, we doom scroll. We get immersed with TikTok, with Instagram. But with the Now bar, when you wake up, you just get to click on the Now bar, and then it will show you all the things that you need to do for the day, so no more need for you to doom scroll in the morning. So with the Now bar, you get to have the brief that you need for the whole day, and then after that, you get to go on and continue. So with the Now Brief feature, you get to have all of the events lined up for you, and then you are good to go. As you can see here, guys, the Now Brief is very essential for people who don't want to spend a lot of time on their phones in the morning. For example, let me tap that once more. After I tap Evening Brief, for example, it will show me that I still have one more event, which is Skip Day, because today is not a gym day. So not a gym day, so I just don't need to go to the gym, and it reminds me of that. For people who does fitness, sometimes we forget that it's skip day, so that's very essential to have. That is a summary of my day. So when I wake up, I know what to do, and I can just move on and don't doom scroll anymore, because usually what happens is when we go through different apps, we don't get productive. We just spend the morning doom scrolling. That's not going to happen with the smart Now bar anymore. All of those powerful features are available for this phone. The S25 Ultra is going to be your productivity friend, from multitasking to your shots. And of course, guys, for this, you can get it for only 1,438 Singapore dollars, as long as we are using the code LS-Samsung SG60. So we just want to answer Mr. Aslan Ian Sedek here. Samsung does trade in? Yes, definitely. For the trade-in, guys, this works by tapping yes or no on the checkout page, and then you just need to answer a few questions, and then our Samsung personnel will deliver your new product, and then we give you 3 days for you to transfer your old data, and then our separate Samsung personnel will collect your phone so you can bid your goodbyes to it. And as for the S25 Ultra 256GB model, let's just highlight the price again. It's currently at 1,438 Singapore dollars, as long as we are using the code LS-Samsung SG60. And last but not the least, guys, during this last 30 seconds of the live, we just want to highlight about the Samsung Club affiliates. Make sure that you have signed up for this already, so that you get to turn your influence into commissions. Again, your unique affiliate link will be available after you sign up, and then the approval process usually takes around 2 weeks, so make sure you sign up right now. So let's do a roundup of the prices of our products. The 24-inch Essential S3 Full HD is currently at 106 Singapore dollars and 20 cents. The 32-inch Smart Monitor M9 is currently at 2,069 Singapore dollars and 10 cents. Next up, we have the 7-kilogram laundry front load washer at 474 Singapore dollars and 5 cents. And of course, last but not the least, the last one for our appliances, the 27-inch Viewfinity S60 UD QHD monitor at 385 Singapore dollars and 20 cents. And of course, for our phone, the S25 Ultra 256GB model is at 1,438 Singapore dollars. And all of them can be used with the code LS-Samsung SG60. And a quick shout out to our Galaxy Z series. Use this code plus the SG Tri Galaxy for you to get the 250 Singapore dollars in total. And for any other products out there that you want to check out with the code and the climate voucher, they are available over here. So those are it for tonight, guys, from us here at the Samsung Live Shop. Make sure you check out right now. Download the Samsung Shop app because you can only get these special promotions and deals in our official Samsung.com website and Samsung Shop app. So we'll see you guys again next week. Happy weekend, and of course, happy shopping. Go ahead, guys. Check out now.